One-day workshop expectedly drew a cream of environmental rights activists, members of the civil society organization, among others. The keynote speaker and CEO, Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Gbenga Komolafe, spoke through the Executive Commissioner, Corporate Service and Administration.
Despite some of the gains of divestment, such as transfer of ownership of assets to Nigerian-owned companies, transfer of knowledge and technologies, amongst other benefits, divestments also present some challenges and risks in the Nigerian upstream petroleum sector. These challenges and risks may be grouped into general categories as follows. 1. Environmental risks. Number 2. Human rights risks. 3. Social and economic management risks.
The chairman, Human and Environmental Development Agenda Resource Center, was emphatic about what the center would do to ensure a mutually beneficial relationship.
This is not going to be business as usual anymore. There's no amount of conspiracy, compromise, collaboration with people in office. The laws are very clear. So even if divestments are done, they will be reversed because people are going to engage, since we have policies and laws on ground, to check if those conditions are met. And like the NUPRC has said, so they now have the mechanisms, they have the resources, including experts of international standard, to measure the benchmark that are set by NUPRC against whatever it is that is submitted by them. We would monitor the process from the beginning to the conclusion. We're not going to be opposed to divestment if they want to leave, no problem. But they must leave people better than they met them and not worse than they met them anymore.
Some environmental rights activists canvass a change of approach to the ongoing divestment process and the politics in the nation's oil and gas sector.
There must be an urgent assessment. If there were no assessment in Ogoni land to know the level of pollution, there will be no cleanup. This is the time to call all the oil companies to come together to release money for an urgent environmental audit of the Niger Delta. From then, cleanup will kickstart immediately, and that's what we should ask for first: restoration of our land to where they met it, urgent by cleaning up the mess, and adequate compensation where necessary to communities who cannot get it again, for communities that cannot fish again, for communities that cannot farm again, so that children will not become a problem tomorrow. Otherwise, there will be no future for the children that we are giving birth to.
Water pollution leads to increase in birth defects and complications in pregnancy. Somebody had mentioned issues of fertility in the morning session. Air pollution causes respiratory complications and is said to account for 21% of all illnesses affecting women and children. Oil spillage causes infertility and destroys farmlands. Gas flaring causes cancer, asthma, skin infections, and corrodes the roof.
Meanwhile, NUPRC has revealed incorporating a total of 107 host communities development trusts, with 47 others still in the works due to litigations and petition from some members and groups of these communities. The theme of the workshop, entitled Enhancing Citizens' Capacity to Tackle the Triple Threat of Environmental Pollution, Human Rights Violation, and Divestment in the Oil and Gas Sector in Producing Areas, was supported by the MacArthur Foundation. In Port Harcourt, it's Andy Omano, Arise News.